It's been a while. So I made a video about 4 months ago about a controversial topic. Not really that controversial. I just talked about social media and photography. And I think the TLDR, the video, was basically social media photography is one thing, photography as an art form is my thing, and I don't really care about social media that much in terms of photography. Probably I'd say like a month after that I made that video, my opinion quickly changed and it leaned more into the extreme view of I hate social media and I hate social media photography. First off, title's a little bit deceiving, but it kind of means the same thing. Social media killed my passion. I don't mean that I scroll on TikTok for like 10 hours a day and I don't do anything at all. I don't even have TikTok. I really only go on like Instagram Reels and then YouTube Shorts because why not? I never really use TikTok. I know, I'm amazing. Instagram Reels from a creative side kind of turned to, well, kind of shit. And kind of what prompted me to, I guess, make this video or even have the passion to make this video was the amount of just absolute dog shit I've seen on social media when it comes to photography, specifically on Instagram Reels or short form content. Now, I've seen a really great video, I forget his name, but I'll have it here or something, and it talks about street photography on TikTok or social media is not what really street photography is. It's kind of glorified, or it shapes the message a little bit different than what photography actually is. Or for me, street photography is my kind of photography discipline that I do. I love going out, I love shooting with no real plan, just pick a lens, go out, take photos. You never really know what you're gonna get. You're gonna take 30 photos, they're all gonna be trash. You're gonna take 200 and only like one is gonna work. I love that, I think it's great. But the one thing I hate, when I'm out shooting, I'm taking photos, sometimes you'll get one person that comes up to you and they go, oh, you do street photography. And I'm like, yeah, I do. You're like those guys on TikTok. And like my heart kind of dies for like a good week because I'm like, I'm not like one of those guys. This is like slowly turned into like a hate video. To me, I try to distance myself from being one of those TikTok, Instagram Reel street photographers. I really don't like short form content has done to photography. It's great that the art of photography is getting a lot more exposure and there's a lot more ways that people can view your art through, again, Reels. Instagram has become so like short form content heavy. If you're just posting photos on your page and not really Reels, you're not really gonna get that much views and the way that Instagram was before with photos. Photographers and I think content creators in the photography creative space had to kind of adapt their content to short form content, and that kind of has turned into probably what I've seen is the worst cesspit. I wouldn't call it a cesspit, probably the worst stain, I guess, on photography that I've seen ever. And I am sounding like a full-blown photography elitist. I love the art and I just sound like I'm rambling and yapping, as the kids would say now. Like, I don't even have a script, I'm just kind of talking. I think the last video had a script, this video I didn't. I'm just kind of going off the talking points I had in my head for like the last like 3 or 4 months. So, but kind of what I've seen from short form content, it's kind of has stopped being, let me show you my work, to what I can do, and through this different medium of short form content, to now it's, I'm gonna take photos and I'm gonna make art for short form content for Instagram popularity. What that has slowly has become is very unremarkable art. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of these photos are very good. You can tell people have put a lot of time and effort into them. They're very high quality. I'm a man of loving good edits on photos, and I see great stuff, great edits, great things like that. With the constant push of short form content in photography, it has become take photos for the sake of taking good photos and take photos for the sake of Instagram Reel views, and that has slowly made a sea of unremarkable art in photography. What do I mean by that? Yes, these photos are good and I do like them. I think they're great. It has become more or less you are taking photos for a product of a consumer on social media than actually creating art. It seems very lifeless. It seems very without a soul. Whatever that means. I'm probably like rambling. It slowly has become very ununique. I see good photographers, but I don't see people who are good artists and good creatives using the medium of photography. And in my opinion, it has really killed that. The artists and photographers that I see that I really like are the ones who barely use social media. Who would I be referring to as Liam Wong? Now, I already bought 2 of his books, Tokyo and After Dark, and I love them. I think you can look at any of the photos and know that is Liam Wong. There is such a Liam Wong to the photos. You can tell there is a lot of care. The only reason why he takes those photos is to be artistic. It's very unapologetic. It breaks a lot of rules. Its colors are all over the place. Its compositions are very out there and different. And yeah, he posts on social media, but I don't think he posts really a lot. I think the only thing he does is Instagram stories. I think he really cares a lot about the art and really doesn't care about the social media. With the rest of social media and the rest of the internet, it's just not like that, I find at least. No, when it comes to good photos, sure, they're good. But when it comes to bad photos, this is where I laugh a little bit and it's just funny. I think when I started, my photos were not good at all. Just like anybody who starts anything artistic or anything creative. You're just not going to be that good. And if you are, you're just a flat out prodigy. Social media has kind of pushed the idea that take photos, put them on Instagram, and you'll get famous. And sometimes you do. And a lot of people have. A lot of people have built a lot of social media profiles on their photography through Instagram Reels. And no hate to them. I think their photos are great. They do a great job. But again, I'm talking about the artistic side of photography, being a photography elitist. You know, you can tell me, you know what, you're a Nikon shooter, your opinion doesn't matter, and what I say to that is fuck you. I'm shooting this on a Sony, so I can't say that. All in all, on Instagram, I see some pretty dog shit photos. And when I go on people's pages, I see a lot of their photos and not really much improvement. Now, what does that tell me? When you take photos, you edit them, you post them, you're not really looking at your art critically from yourself. Everyone says art is subjective. Yes, a gray area where a photo is just objectively bad and a gray area where a photo is objectively good or could be better. What this kind of looks like to me is people are posting their photos, whether it be just from the normal posts or through the reels, that they're just doing it to get followers and likes like that. Creating a product to grow on social media rather than going out, taking photos, really honing on your art, trying to make it better and showing that off to the world. It just feels more artificial than anything nowadays. A wooden spoon. I see a lot of people do this thing, a wooden spoon. Look at that. Now, like I mentioned, photography is art and art is subjective. What I'm seeing more lately is just the pipeline of going out, taking photos for social media and for Instagram and for that social media popularity or growing your social media and not really developing your own artistic skill to create something that you like and something great. I think people want to use this medium of photography to just gain some sort of social media popularity. And I think if you look at it long enough, you can definitely see through the cracks of, yeah, that kind of seems like the case. In my opinion, it produces a lot of very unremarkable and boring photos. You can't really tell the difference between one profile to another. There isn't really any defining qualities to their art that make it theirs. It just looks like, yeah, this is the stuff you see on social media, not really the stuff you see from this profile X, Y, and Z. And I really like how he does this. I really like how he does this. It's just, it looks like a conglomerate of all the same stuff. And that's kind of what I mean by it's killing my passion. But I've really stopped caring about how my photos look for Instagram as like a rebellious thing. I just do it horizontally because personally, I really like the look of a horizontal shot. I really don't shoot vertically that much anymore. And even when I do post on Instagram, it's all horizontal. It's better to post vertical, but I just like horizontal better. I really like how it looks. Really stopped caring about social media pretty recently and just wanting to take photos for the sake of getting better at my art. So now I've been really just taking photos for the sole purpose of getting better at my craft and taking photos that I want to. and just for that reason, not for Instagram, not for other people to look at, or for so I can sell presets, or I can sell, you know, things like that. And that has definitely become something I do see, is it has become a business venture for photographers, and I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. From what I've seen, it's not the easiest thing to make a living off just solely of photography, and social media does open a lot of doors when it comes to getting an income just from social media and just through photography. So things like selling presets, maybe selling like merchandise and things like that of your own brand, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think when people come into photography with that mindset of, I'm going to take photos, I'm going to sell presets, I'm going to do this, this, and that to make money, it ruins the art and it ruins the artistic side of this medium. For me, at least, it's never going to change my view of photography. I'm never going to like boycott my favorite hobby because of social media. If you want to get into this great medium of photography and you want to share your work and share your, hopefully your passion, don't go into it with the idea of, I'm going to gain popularity from social media, I'm going to grow an Instagram page with these photos, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get money. Go into it with, I want to be an artist, I want to really get better at my craft, and I want to be the best creative and artist I can be with this amazing medium of photography. This was kind of just like a big rambling session. I didn't write anything down at all. I hope I got my message across. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with me. Love to hear your opinion, if I made any sense. I hope you guys enjoyed my yap session. Biggest takeaway, I guess, if you were to get anything out of this video, for those photographers who are just in it for the art, in it for the joy and love of creating art, keep doing what you're doing. I think you guys are creating the art that I love to see. Keep doing what you're doing, I guess. You're doing great. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I doubt you guys did. I just started rambling and yapping the whole time, but yeah. So hope you guys have a great day, night, evening. Have a good one, I guess.